Good morning, I'm Chip.
Hey, good morning, I'm Steve.
I'm Brad.
This is Bob. John. Nico.
Xavier.
Irene.
Skip.
Diane.
Bill.
And this is
Chip's
Chip's Garage. Steve, I don't know how it just keeps getting better, buddy.
I tell you, look at the people here.
I know.
It's not the same people
Beautiful
every other
people.
week.
Look at these beautiful faces.
And I heard great stories from different people here, and I'm hearing better and better stories. Our cars.
Yeah.
I can't believe there's this many quality cars in this area.
Oh, well,
we
they're.
haven't even touched it yet.
I know
We
they're
haven't even cracked
everywhere.
the surface yet.
And I love getting the women involved.
Yes.
We got some real women,
Yes.
car people and hot rodders. We have one of your students,
Another one of my students,
as
yes.
always, which is
Yes.
great. Get the
Yes.
women involved, get the younger people
Yeah,
involved.
yeah,
Let's keep this thing going, this car
Yeah,
culture
we're
going.
going to keep it going. You know,
Yeah,
This
yeah.
Chip's Garage is growing. People are starting. I think I've seen you on TV or
I
a
have.
video. And,
Yeah.
You know, it's
I actually had somebody at a Rays baseball game recognize me from the videos.
You know what I want? I want to see Jay Leno and Tim Allen.
Yeah,
I want to meet them.
yeah,
So
yeah.
if they're
yeah.
out there seeing it, I want to meet them.
Yeah.
I just think that would
yeah.
be the coolest thing having here.
And Paul Lamette, right?
Okay, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
from
Paul
American
Lamette.
Graffiti,
Yes,
so-
please, him also, because he just sounds like a cool guy to sit with.
Yeah, he is.
Lot of
He's
stories,
a nice
lot of
guy.
stories.
Lot of stories.
All right.
So anyway, let's get
let's go.
into this car. So Skip,
I don't know where to
Irene?
start with this one.
Well, tell us the basic, the year, and what you got going on here.
All right, what we have here is a 1966 Corvette Coupe, big block, 427, 390 horse with a M21 4-speed, and goes into the 370 posi rear.
I want one.
Wow.
It's yours for a price.
Oh boy.
Anything we can put a sticker on anything.
Now, how long have you owned it?
I've actually had the car for like, 14 years?
14. That's great.
Wow.
14 years. When I bought the car, it was a totally different car as far as the fact it was black. It had bias ply tires
Bias
on
ply,
it,
wow.
original to when the car
Yeah.
was put away
Yeah.
in. It's an up north Connecticut car,
Okay.
so the tires were L60 15s on the rear bias
L60.
ply, and the G70s on the front, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
But they were definitely in need of replacement because one good run around the block and they probably would have popped.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry.
That's okay. I was just going to ask her, Irene, what is your viewpoint on this car? What is the connection with you with the car?
He's the car guy. Not
He's the car
But
guy.
you like
so
him.
me.
So
You
you're
like him,
doing.
I
huh?
just ride it.
Yeah.
Ride it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
Long
You
as he
like
takes
you
you
like
for ice
going
cream.
to events in it and driving around in and stuff. Awesome.
We've
Yeah,
been doing a lot more local car shows
Good.
and all.
Yeah.
She's been
Good.
coming out more now,
good.
and she's
In
getting
New York, I
involved.
never went.
Yeah,
really?
yeah. Why is that?
Never got into it.
Yeah,
Never.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And
I
that,
had a car club or a car clique that I was involved with,
Yeah.
so there was always the same group of guys. We'd go together,
Yeah, sure.
and we were always up early going to shows
Mm-hmm.
and events and what have you. And she had other things, grandkids and whatever
Sure.
to contend with.
Yeah.
But down here, since we moved here 6 years ago, it's us.
yeah, good.
So we're more now. I'm getting more involved in the car. We go to cruise-ins, local
Nice,
cruise-ins.
nice.
We've been to car shows, and she's getting more involved with it.
Yeah. And this is good, guys, to know. Like, my wife's not a car person,
Mm.
so to her they're all just cars. But
Yeah.
but we'll go to the drive-in movies. I'll
Mhm.
take her to breakfast in one of the cars,
Yeah.
and she
Yeah.
loves just
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
that
Just
kind of
riding
stuff.
around.
Yeah.
So I use my car to do stuff she likes or she wants to do. I'll take her shopping in it, or we'll go get ice cream right at the
right,
you know,
right.
yeah. And so the point is, you can get them involved. You don't have to be a nut
Yeah.
car person,
No,
right?
no.
You can just
Correct.
enjoy riding in them and enjoying them.
Yeah,
so.
I got the same thing. My wife loves riding in my convertible or the old Merc or one of the cars, but she doesn't
Right.
eat, breathe, and think it like I do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know? But
Yeah.
at least I have support.
Absolutely, and
I'll
that's
tell
the
you,
key.
And in all honesty, if it wasn't for her, well, this September we'll be married for 53 years.
Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations.
We've known each other since we were kids. She was 16, I
Wow.
was 17, 18.
Wow.
And at the time, I had a 57 Chevy. Then I got a 63 Corvette.
Oh.
So she's been in all
Yeah,
the
been
rides
all
over the
in.
years.
Yeah.
She knows what it is when I look at somebody at a stoplight.
Yeah.
She knows all the
That's cool.
the buttons to push. But as far as the cars go, over the years, she's put up with them. She's enjoyed them to a certain point. And now she's beginning to come back and enjoy them a lot more,
That's
which
good.
is really good. We have that time together.
Let's point out, because we can see the custom work done on the body. So and this was really a 60s type custom look, right? I've always
Yes.
enjoyed this. Am
This
I right
was
on that?
actually done in 1967. This
Okay.
is
Okay,
the original
okay.
1967 bodywork you're looking at.
So tell us about that. And if you look up front here, the first thing you're going to notice, right, are the headlights,
The
right?
headlights
So
are
just
dropped.
go ahead and explain to us what was done.
Certainly. With the original Corvettes, the C2 Corvettes, you would find in the body here and here hideaway headlights.
Yeah.
That when you push the button, they would come up and you would have your headlights right up here.
And they always had a lot of problems with those, right? They were
Well, the
vacuum
headlight
or
doors,
whatever.
the 66 would have been, it would have been vacuum also.
Okay,
They had conversions,
vacuum, yeah.
aftermarket conversions. You can convert them to
Electric
electric motors
okay,
now.
okay.
But the original 63 was like fiberglass buckets. Then they went to metal buckets. There were a
yeah.
lot of changes with that too.
Yeah.
But the custom look was to drop it down like this. There were other custom looks where they would put the dual headlights, the rectangulars.
Oh,
up
I
top.
remember
Right.
that. Yeah.
So there were a lot of different phases of it. But this was in 67. The car had been hitting the nose, and they did the headlight drop, the front. They
Right.
did the fender flares.
So if you look down the side here,
Yeah,
you'll see the
yeah.
fender flares
Very
look
good
straight
taste.
down this
They're
way.
very mild. They're not
Right.
dramatic
I
a
like
Pan
that
Am.
because some of them they brought way
Right,
out.
They bring them
Yeah.
way out
Right,
and
right.
around.
Yeah.
This is just, I think, an eyebrow. It's a tastefully done.
Right. And then back here, if we can look real quick, we'll just point it out how they did the tail end. And again, they did some of these much larger than this, right? So
Yes.
it's sort of the same thing. It's a lot more tasteful.
Yeah, they've
but
had 'em
explain
up
to us what
here
they
and-
did.
This spoiler, I think, is just the perfect size to complement
Yeah.
the back of the car. Because if you didn't know it, you would even think it came with the car.
Almost.
It's,
Sure.
it's a perfect design
Nice
on
taste.
the vehicle, and the three extra or the three headlight tail lights on each side add to that look.
Right.
You don't have a backup light; it's
Right.
been eliminated, so they're all
Right.
just brake lights
Yeah.
and parking lights.
Right.
What I would like to do eventually, I think I want to put a sequential.
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be
that
nice.
yeah, I would like
That's my
that.
next
See that,
thought. I
yeah.
want
Now
to do
the-
the sequential.
Yeah.
Now these are original bumpers,
Those are
right?
the
Yeah.
original
So they're
bumpers.
split.
stock bumpers.
Yeah.
And see, it comes down like to here. Really nice taste. It doesn't go. It's just all formed really nice.
Well, and like you said, the way you did the taillights is gorgeous. Now here's the gas cap on this one.
Right.
So this would have been fashioned after really NASCAR racing.
Race
car,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Race car.
So you open that up.
Now, remember when they had the split windows and guys were cutting that out because of visibility?
Well, that would
was
have
in
been 63.
and they
yeah.
put the regular window back in. They're
And there were
kicking
guys that
themselves.
kicked themselves.
Yeah,
after
kicked
that.
themselves.
I
Oh,
had found
man.
out years later there was a body shop that had about 8-10 of those up in the rafters.
Oh.
Split windows that they were cut out, and I wanted to buy them. And of course, when I went to buy them, they were gone. So
Oh.
a little sooner.
Now what color is this? You were
This is Laguna Blue, which is an original stock 66 Corvette color.
Looks
Yeah.
green.
It's got green tint
Green
to
it,
it.
yeah.
It's got blue tint to it, depending
Yeah,
on
it
the light
changes.
and how you see it.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous color.
And
Yeah.
you didn't even realize
Very
it
nice
because
color
back
on
in
this.
'66, everybody looked at the Daytona blue.
Yes.
That
Yeah,
was,
yeah.
I think that was one of the bigger colors. I
right.
think this might have been one of the third produced lower
Really?
numbers.
Well,
Lower
never knew
colors.
that. Never
Yeah.
knew that.
Beautiful color though.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. Now I see you've got Keystone Classics on it, which
had to
I
go-
love
I had
Keystone
to go with
Classics.
Keystones because when I got the car, it had Kragers on it, like everything else.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
all have Kragers.
Okay.
And back in the day, I never bought Kragers. I was either a steel rim guy with baby moons,
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
or,
Okay.
acorn lug nuts or what have you. But I had a '63 Corvette, which was my first Corvette back in the day, and I had Keystones on that. And my screensaver on my computer at home is that car at the racetrack, National Speedway in New York, on
Yeah.
the line. And those Keystones, every time I look at it, I said, that's
There
what
you
I
go.
had to put on this car.
What's cool too, and I just noticed the Firehawks, Indy
Yeah,
500
Indy, yeah, Indy
Firehawks.
Fire, yeah.
Man, where'd you get these at?
Actually, I think those came from,
Coker?
no, it was the mail away, the same thing. Oh, jeez.
It doesn't matter, but really,
Tire rack.
Tire rack.
Tire rack. Okay,
Tire
It
rack.
might
yeah,
have been tire rack.
because this would have been a '70s tire, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So can we open the door and look
Certainly,
inside here? Let's
certainly.
take a look. And
Oh, I got
Can
a
we
couple
get to the
stories about
inside?
inside this
so
car.
go ahead, Steve. Why don't you sit in there and tell
Okay.
us and show them
Well,
some things because it's all original inside, pretty much.
The
First
only thing not original on the interior is the radio, which I put in aftermarket.
Or that's you have
radio.
to. Yeah.
And
It's
point
got
out there, Steve, because it
Right
goes
here. Come over here.
sideways. So
Yeah, it was sideways.
show the viewers there.
So all the dials were sideways because they couldn't fit it in any other way.
Right.
And what I
AC vents are extra.
Yeah, the AC vents is put in really nice. You don't really see them. What I like is right here. You don't burn your leg on these, you know, because a lot of people used to burn legs on side pipes.
Right.
And they had this nice grill here. But I'm looking at this beautiful molded interior. Look at this knob. This you push back. That's how you get out of the car. This was kind of like, didn't they reward cars to astronauts, Corvettes and all
Yes,
that?
they did. They
Yes.
certainly did. They had a program where they did that for quite a while.
Yeah.
And some of those cars became available at an auction and
Yeah.
whatever and
Yeah.
went for
Yeah.
very good.
427. They're big blocks. I think a lot of them are.
This is a door lock,
Door
correct?
lock.
The door lock.
Can you
correct.
believe
Okay.
that? You just turned it.
Roll.
Yeah.
Look at this. The gauges are just gorgeous. I love these gauges, like you're in a cockpit.
Point out the speedometer.
The
speed
speedometer's
goes up
over
to
here at 160. The tach starts at 55, 100. You got all your gauges, just like you're almost like in a cockpit of an airplane.
Yeah.
You got your
Always
steering
loved
wheel.
the steering wheel.
Right. I got a story. I bought a steering wheel for like $100 or $75 at a junkyard. It was wood. It looked just
You
like
had
this.
the teak wheel.
It had a teak wheel. I didn't know what it was,
That's
so
an
I sold it for
expensive wheel.
$150 at a flea
Oh
market.
my goodness!
This guy
I
comes
wish
by.
I was the guy that got it.
Oh, this guy comes by later and says, "You know, you're an idiot. You know what you sold that?" I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
It's 30 years. I'm still kicking myself.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I know. But look at it. You put vents here. You got. I always like this too. The T-handle shifter.
Yeah.
This is your 4-speed.
Yeah. Now that's. Let me point out, Steve. That's a Muncie M21.
Muncie M21.
Yeah.
Close ratio or wide?
Close ratio.
Close ratio.
Well,
Ah.
20. Yeah.
And you know, I could fit in this car, not like the other Factory 5 car.
Yeah.
Look, I could fit nice in this. This is beautiful, and it has stock interior, pretty much stock, isn't that right?
Yes. The
If
only
you
other
look
thing was that
over
little
here.
console between the seats is an added thing I put over.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And
Look at
the,
this.
Oh, and the
speaker in
speakers.
the rear.
Yeah.
I got an honor to ride. I was about 9 years old in the back of one of these, a split window one in the back. I was bouncing around, you know, but I got an honor riding one
Well, I
as
got
a
a
kid.
quick story about that.
Ah.
My first Corvette was a '63 hardtop convertible.
Okay.
And the hardtop convertible, as you know, they had the lid on the back, which you'd lift to
Yes.
bring the convertible
Yes.
top out.
Yeah.
And with the convertible top up, behind the seats is the same well, but it was blocked off behind that.
Okay.
When we were first married and living in Norfolk, Virginia, when I was in the service, we would go back and forth from Long Island to Norfolk, and my newborn daughter was in a bassinet
Oh.
behind
Wow.
those
That's
seats,
cool.
and we
Wow.
did that
That's
trip
cool.
many times.
Let
If
me
you look,
point
it's
this
beautiful.
out here for the viewers, how the
yes.
door was made. It's really, because it, you know, most of them stop right here, right? And it
exactly.
squares off, where this is actually cut into the roof
Right.
so you can see.
That's for head clearance.
That's-
so
Head clearance.
you can get your head in there.
I never knew why
Never
they
knew.
did
Okay,
it.
very good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you can see it's actually part of the roof.
Yeah, I
really.
thought it was
But that's
space
a
age.
great idea. Yeah.
It was functional.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's just point out too, and Steve did earlier, but the
Nice there.
side pipes
Beautiful.
here, and you got the leg protectors or the heat shields, I guess they call them.
Yeah, and that's all factory.
Yeah.
And you would have had
Awesome.
vents here.
They would have been. They glassed them in.
Yeah, so you would have had the vents going down here,
Right.
cut in, they glass that in.
And it's an L88 hood.
It's an
Big block.
L88 replica hood.
Replica hood.
Yeah,
Okay.
can we open it up there?
Sure.
Let's take a
Right.
look at what we got going on here. Now, are these stock windshield wipers? Because I remember these with the air.
Yes.
You pointed
Yes,
that
they
out
are.
Yes.
before.
Yes.
Yeah, and of course these are the ones that do like this.
Yeah.
Yep.
They drive me crazy when I'm doing them.
The only thing that's better is the fact that it's an electric motor.
Yes.
I had them in
Oh,
a
good.
57 Chevy. When you get
Yeah.
on the gas,
Yeah.
they would stop.
Oh yeah,
And then not until you got
Yeah.
off, and they would vacuum, and then
Yeah.
they'd start going.
yeah. Well, tell us what we got going on
Oh,
here.
it's
What
beautiful.
we got here is a 1966 427 390 horse.
Wow.
It's got the transistorized ignition, which was a little bit extra.
Right
It's
here,
got
here.
the
Yeah.
shielded wires, the ignition shielding.
And tell us what that was for.
That was because of the fiberglass firewall, and without that, you would have radio interference. You'd have crackling and noises. You'd never be able to listen to the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not that when you have a car like this, the radio is that important anyway. You
Right.
listen to it when you're at stoplights or something, but
Right.
in the meantime, you want to hear the motor in this car. You know, that's what it's all about. I
This is
put
like this.
aftermarket vintage AC air in the car because it makes it a little more comfortable in
It's got
Florida, especially.
The old clutch fan, and Steve, tell us about the clutch fan again.
Clutch fan. What happens is right now, see, it's a little bit loose because it's warmed up, but it has a thermostatic control on the front to where it regulates the speed of it or whatever. Like
Right.
when it's cold, it's gonna, give you more air coming in, and when it's hot, also. But it almost like it's automatically changes from either real heavy or real light.
Yeah.
depending on conditions.
So
I could tell you a
so it
quick
just
I'm sorry, I could tell you a quick story about that too, because I just replaced this. What happened was I had an overheating problem, and I didn't realize. Did more research, of course, and I thought I knew C2s pretty well, but it turns out with the big block, non-air conditioning car, it had a 5-bladed fan.
Okay.
The AC car came with a 7-bladed fan.
Oh,
So I had to get an aftermarket 7-bladed fan.
Right.
there
And
you
when
go.
I did that, I'm running it at 180 to 200, where
Wow.
before I was 210 and
Wow.
up
Yeah.
all
Wow.
the time.
Let's
That solved
Yeah,
the whole
that's
problem.
nice.
yeah. Let's also point out, Steve, the radiator, and notice how it's angled.
Right.
Right.
It's been
Yeah.
like that for years.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. The battery's over here. Point out the
Alternator.
manual brakes and manual
Yeah.
steering.
Manual brakes. I mean, you have to step on your foot on that a little bit, huh?
Well, they're disc brakes
Okay.
all the way around.
Is it?
Upgraded it.
No,
No, that's
No.
stock.
I was just
Stock,
going to
okay.
ask you that.
Oh, that's right.
60,
Yeah.
66 was the first year.
Okay.
Oh, wait, was it 65? 63 was drum brakes. 64, I believe, was drum also. Then they had the option, you could buy it with drum
Okay.
or disc,
Okay.
and they would take money off the price of the car if you
Okay.
got
Yeah.
the drum as opposed to the disc.
And we have Armstrong power steering. That means that there's no.
Right,
It's just-
Armstrong.
Yeah, it's manual steering.
You have to have a
It's
strong
great on the
arm.
road, but when you want to
Yeah,
get into a parking spot,
You don't do any
learn.
parallel parking with us. No.
And you were telling us you put a dual
I
master.
put a dual master just to be a little
Yes.
safer,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, with the
Much better.
little stop for the go,
Yeah.
for the go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's it drive going down the road?
It drives beautiful. It's just such a good road car. It handles great. It performs phenomenally,
Yeah.
and it's a joy to drive. I mean,
Wow,
you
that's
know,
nice.
it's how many smiles per miles. You know,
Yes.
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a fun
That.
car to take out. Everybody
Like that.
likes it. You know, you get the thumbs up and the horn beeps, and
It's just
another
beautiful.
brand new 23 Corvette we passed coming here this morning, and I'm getting a thumbs up.
Oh,
out the
yeah.
window.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
a great
Yeah.
feeling. Yeah.
Great. You car people are great. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This hood would have been the big block hood, right? I know it's a replica, but this design here on the hood, if the viewers can look over here, right? Am I right on
It
that?
would have been for the L88.
Okay.
It wouldn't have been for the 66. The 66, 65 and 66 had the same big block hood. I actually have a picture of it if you want to see it.
Sure. Yeah. Real quick.
Okay.
Tell us about the L88 real quick.
Oh, the L88 was the special motor that had the high horsepower.
Yeah. Different.
Yeah. So that
cams
would have
and
been the
everything.
highest horsepower motor in
Yeah, that-
66. Would have been the
Well,
L88.
I didn't believe it was. Let me see. That's
What happened to the original hood?
the original hood that was on
There
the
it is.
car when
There
I
it is.
bought it had the a little scoop. This is
Yeah.
an
There you
original
go.
I like that,
65,
yeah.
66.
Oh,
hood.
I remember.
Yeah, I like them too. They're really nice. That's
the
cool.
original. I had bought this one to put on the car,
Mhm.
but it had been on a race car and it had pinned, and I would have to change
Yeah,
some stuff.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
I found the L88 hood for sale, and I just liked that so much
Yeah.
better that I opted to go with
And,
that. Oh, I'm
and,
sorry.
and just notice,
There's two of them.
yeah, just notice he's got all the paperwork. It's really good to keep a lot of the
Everything,
things. He's got a list of all the major things that are on the car and pictures, and I'm sure you got receipts and just different
Everything,
things about.
files and files.
He's got 2 of them. So keep that kind of information, again, passing on the car culture. Again, that's what we're trying to do in the videos.
Yeah, this is
Let's
great.
educate
Great.
people. But if you have something like this, it can last and be passed on, right?
And he has the windows.
Go
This
ahead.
is something. This is a
Oh, window
No
sticker.
way.
Look at that.
The original window sticker.
Look at that.
Here, let's take a look at that.
How much did it cost?
52.
Ooh, that would have been expensive.
That's a
Yeah.
bit on the
Yeah.
junk side there.
Yeah, what else you got
And
here?
this is the NCRS
Let's
certification
show 'em
for the
here.
actual date of birth of the car,
Yeah.
3/29/66.
Wow.
Yeah, awesome.
Danbury.
Showing
huh?
it was in
Yeah.
Danbury, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Very hot
Wow.
show, right?
Awesome.
Assembly plant with St. Louis. Wow.
Such a cool car,
Very,
man.
very nice car.
Beautiful.
I love the color.
Yeah, I love everything
I like
about
everything
it.
about
Yeah,
it.
it's
Yeah.
funny, when I was going to repaint the car, I was tossing around black because the new blacks are like puddles. I mean, you can fall into the color.
Yeah, yeah,
But then I kept seeing the swatch of this, the spray out.
yeah.
And the more we looked at it, Irene and I would walk outside. We'd look at it in the sun. We'd bring
Yeah.
it back. We'd look here, look there.
Nice.
And she was instrumental in telling me that this is the way we should go.
You did it right.
He did it.
She
He hit
This
it.
is
It's
gorgeous.
beautiful.
She
gorgeous
without
color.
a doubt hit the nail
Yeah.
on the head with the color combination because
Yeah.
everybody that sees it, first of all, thinks it's a custom paint job.
Yeah, yeah,
When
yeah,
in fact, it's a
absolutely.
stock 66.
Never
Well, like you said, like right here, it almost looks black.
Yeah,
It
right.
just changes colors. Well, we're running out of time here, Skip. Can you start it up for us real quick
Sure,
and
yeah.
just give it a couple raps? Let's hear what it sounds like here. I always love the big block Corvettes.
Side pipe,
you know?
big block. I
Oh,
mean, you
man,
can't get any better than
Oh,
that.
this is, you know, and again, this custom look, Steve,
Sure.
that they did with the body back in the 60s, just,
They did a great job on it.
well, they did it more tasteful than a
Tasteful,
lot.
yeah. Oh, there's the Chevy sound.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Chevy starting sound.
Yeah.
Oh, listen to that. That big block power. Yeah.
Very cool.
Nice. It's
Very
very docile
cool.
sounding too.
Yeah, yeah, it does. It sounds like a big block,
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
You know, you can
yeah.
tell that deeper, throaty sound.
Yeah.
And when you're cruising in it, it's surprisingly not that loud.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, the side pipes blow away from you, too, so that's good. Well, we're running out of
Yeah.
time, buddy.
I wish we could stay here all
Yeah,
day.
yeah. Well, I'm Chip,
And I'm Steve.
And I'm Skip.
Yep.
And Irene.
Irene.
and this is
And this
Chip's
is
Chip's Garage.
Thank you.
Hey, guys, thank
Beautiful.
you.
Yeah, big block power.